Hello, everybody, and welcome to another My Music in the afternoon. Oh, that's when we're recording it. You might be watching it at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. It's just the wonders of this thing, you know. And you might be watching it in 20 or 30 years from now. If so, I might be dead. Julia, she's much younger than me. She'll still be alive. In fact, she might be playing Wembley Stadium tonight. There you go. That's just how things happen, right? We shall be back
Exactly.
to talk to Julia all about her life in music so far after this.
Keep on, don't stop. Keep on, don't stop. Keep on, don't stop.
I shall put the guitar away now, primarily because it's completely out of tune, as I discovered after picking it up. Someone's been playing it lately, obviously, and has not left it in tune. You know who you are. I'll be having words with you later. But this one's got 6 strings, right? And yours that you normally play, because it's not a guitar, has 4, and it's a baritone. Is that right? It's a baritone ukulele. Now, for all of those who are not aware of like different voices in music and stuff like that, and different tones and whatever, just explain to people what a baritone one is, as opposed to like a different one.
So it's basically like it's always a ukulele, but it's tuned like a guitar. So it's from like the D string onwards. So like that's the top 4 strings.
Okay, so it's like playing the guitar,
Exactly.
but with the top bit chopped off. Marvelous. Okay, well, that's easy enough, isn't it? And of course, with a lot of, and this is getting technical already, but anyone that does play out there, obviously, when you play guitar for a lot of chords, you don't play all the strings.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
it's even
so it just saves you not playing those strings because they're not there to play. Oh.
And the bar chord are easier. There's a lot of good stuff.
So, and the baritone's quite low, isn't it? Because you go bass and then you go baritone and then you go tenor, alto, and whatever, etc. So it's not right down there, but it's close.
Yeah.
Why did you choose that particular instrument?
So I was a fan of do you know Dodie Clark?
Yes.
Yeah. So when I moved to the UK, I discovered her music, and I already liked ukulele, and I was like, "Why is her ukulele so big? What's going on there?"
Wow.
And then I discovered kind of that world, and then there was another singer I listened to all the time, Sarah Bareilles. She also did a couple of performances with that, and I was like, "I need to get it." Like there's just something that was calling me about that instrument. Because I don't know, because I grew up, like, I started as a guitarist,
Right.
so I'm like, I wanted something that was a mix between ukulele and guitar, and that's the perfect.
Also, when you're on the road and you're at airports and things like that, it's so much easier, isn't it? If
Exactly.
it's that size.
Was it 2019? I went around Europe. I did a little busking tour, and I had my baritone ukulele because it was just way easier, to bring around. It's just so light. But I could do all the chords I do on guitar, so I'm like,
I love this. I love this. Did people wonder what it was that you were about to get out?
All the time. They were like, "What is that? Is that a violin? Is that a?"
Oh,
they're just really confused.
it's it's a little bit of an aside, but do you like those videos where like when someone's like playing at the piano, and then they go, "Oh, look what's about to happen," and then someone suddenly appears with
I mean, they're always there's some of them, I guess they're like they just happen, but most of them, like,
of course they're not. Yeah,
exactly. It's but so like, at first they were fun. Now I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
They've kind of been there, seen it, done it. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah.
But would you say no if you were at like Waterloo Station or something and someone was playing piano and you happened to have your little baritone ukulele with you and you knew the tune, would you say no if they went like, "Oh, do you want to play?"
No, I'll still say yes, probably. So
Yeah.
I still join in.
See?
As long as they tag me if they post the video,
Oh,
then it's
absolutely. Otherwise, what's the point, right?
exactly.
What's the point? Now, you mentioned to me where your name comes from. This is a great story. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, run with it, and kind of bring it round in a circle, right? Back to ukuleles. How about that?
Amazing.
Okay. Right. So I'm going to make this. This is kind of like, you know, that program where it's like that people talk about a subject and then they have to connect it to another subject in a really tenuous link. Yeah, this is that part of the program. Okay, so your real name is
Julia Pedrana. So
that's
it's
beautiful.
and it's Julia with the Giu, because
Oh,
it's the
with a
Italian
G.
spelling. So
Okay, and so you're originally from Italy.
yeah.
Yes, and what part of Italy?
So my hometown is called Livigno. It's like a village in the mountain. And we're like right next to Switzerland. So
You're selling it so well.
it's like
If I went to your village, what's the like the local dish, or is there a wine, or is that what's famous in your village, or is there something famous in your village? Yeah,
pizzoccheri and chat. That's the best. So pizzoccheri, they're like it's like buckwheat tagliatelle or something, like loads of butter and potatoes and stuff. You get, and then we do this like cheese balls. They're called chat, but they're like fried, always with buckwheat, and they're like the best. So
when you start to become really famous, that's got to be on your merch stand.
My family actually has a bakery. We have a little bakery in Livigno. So we were thinking, because my brother does like my brother and the bakery the pastry chef that we have there, they do chocolate bars, and I was like, oh, we should do some with like my flower on it or something, and that will be the new merch.
100%.
Who knows?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like so much merch is so obvious, right?
Exactly. We need new original.
Yeah. I mean, we've had some great merch stuff that's happened on this show, and we've had some great examples of merch from all over the world, because I mean, this obviously goes out all over the place, and we've had like artists send me things like hot sauce that they've made.
Yeah.
Here's a great example. Here we are. Here's one we made earlier. This was snail, mate, and they made this. Look
that is amazing.
It's a cat, but it's hot sauce as well. And so yeah, I feel like, you know, things like that could come into fashion. I think that would be great.
So
it's more cultural as well.
So you can
don't just buy a t-shirt, buy some of this beautiful Italian homemade food.
Exactly. Just do a bag of pasta or something.
Anyway, I deviate from the wonderful story that we're about to tell. So that's your original name, but you decided to change your name to Julia Traser, presumably because it was much easier for people to spell, etc. as well.
Yeah,
okay.
I went off to I was in Germany for a summer because I was like trying to learn a language. Failed miserably because then I moved to the UK. But yeah, anyway, and nobody could spell my name there. They were like, Julia. Here is the same. Like they just can't. So I was
people
like,
can't do it with Coath, so don't worry about it. People can't get my name right.
So I'm like, I'll just keep. And also, I keep the Julia with the G for those who really know me and stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's quite nice. But yeah. So and Traser, that one, as I was 16, and I saw like how Pink Floyd put their name together. I can't remember what it was. I think it was Sid Barrett that put together two words. I can't remember.
Right.
But yeah, and I was like, oh, I'll try it too with like the two artists that I was listening to at the time, and it was Katie Tunstall and Brooke Fraser. And then I was like, cool, Traser works. I like it. And now it just became such a part of my identity. I'm like, I don't want to let go of the name.
Just as a bit of an aside, Katie Tunstall, marvelous artist. Have seen her live. Have you seen her live?
Yeah, she's incredible. She's so funny. She's hilarious on stage.
Very funny, really funny. And I'm quite enjoying her videos that she's doing at the moment, where she's teaching people how to play her songs properly.
Yes,
uh,
yes.
which is quite funny because I'm sure a lot of people are watching them going, "There's no way." But there we go. Well done for doing it anyway, Katie. So you mentioned in there, you see, I told you I'd bring it round, tenuous link. You mentioned in there that it was kind of inspired by Pink Floyd, that very famous English prog rock band. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Pink Floyd, very famous song, right, with a lot of wailing in it. Do you know what that is?
Wales, yes, I think.
Yeah, that one.
Great,
Yeah. Yeah.
great, big in the sky.
Gig in
Oh,
the sky.
wait,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So you've got that song, right?
Yeah.
Not the original. I told you it's tenuous. Not the original vocalist who came up with that, because there's a really interesting story about how she came up with that. Right? She was literally asked to come into the studio and use her voice as an instrument, not to sing anything in particular. And she said, well, and she really went for it. And she just kind of wailed and whatever. And afterwards, she came out and she was really kind of apologetic and went, "Oh, I'm really sorry that I kind of went over the top there." And they were all like,
That was incredible.
"That's amazing. That is totally what we want."
Mm.
Not her, not the original singer that came up with it, but someone very famous, right? Someone very famous who was in, and this is also kind of sort of parallel to you as well, kind of in the English folk scene as well,
Okay.
right? Her dad was in the kind of English folk scene, who was Joe Brown, someone very famous who was a singer songwriter who sang that with Pink Floyd live, was the amazing Sam Brown.
Oh, I didn't know this. Like,
Did you not know this?
I
Right.
did not know this. Now I'm like, I want to hear her.
Sam Brown was an amazing artist. She released the single "Stop" and had great success and was a big friend with Jules Holland, etc., and did lots of collaborative stuff with him, etc., as well. But unfortunately, she completely lost her voice.
Oh,
Yeah. But do you know what she did? She started a ukulele orchestra, and that's how I'm bringing it all the way back
no way.
round. Yeah, it's absolutely true. So she
No way.
ended up teaching loads of people ukulele.
Wow. I had no clue. That's amazing.
Now you have that story to kind of add to your story.
I'm looking it up as well at the end of the episode. Like, this is
Isn't
wow.
that great? Isn't that
That's
great?
amazing.
So in a way, you naming yourself in association with what you heard from the story of Pink Floyd, Sam
It's
Brown,
still connected.
ukulele, all comes back round. There it is. All
That
in a
is
nutshell.
mad. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing.
There's people listening to this now going, what's that got to do with anything? I'll tell you what it's got to do with it. It just shows you how music kind of just finds its own rhythm and comes round when it does, right? Which is really the kind of message of your album as well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's because basically this is an album about things not necessarily happening like, in a planned thing, but just when they are meant to happen. Is that right?
Yeah. And there's a lot of like thinking that I've run out of time, or like, just the constantly beating myself up, and then just be like, you know what, no, maybe it's fine, maybe it's, I'm perfect timing, everything is going to happen in perfect timing. It's kind of just that acceptance of like, it's okay. But it's easier to say now, but then when you're in the middle of it, it's like, woof.
Do you think as human beings we tend to get ourselves overly sort of worked up by time?
All the time. All the time. I mean, I do a little bit less now, but there's just and also I've just turned 30 in November. Literally when the album came out, I did it on purpose. So I was like, okay, it's gonna come out.
You deliberately became 30 when the album came out. I love that.
Also, because I wanted my family to come to the UK. I was like, you have no excuse now. You have to come. You got 2 reasons. But yeah, so it's the whole like to be like, oh no, I'm 30 already. What's happening? What am I doing? And it's then you see it all the time. There's so many like actors, actresses, musicians, that their career, like, just everybody has their own path, you know, like, but it's just the persisting into, like, no, I know that I'm in the right.
I know it's a little bit of an aside, but can I ask you about that for a minute? Because it's a conversation that I've had on this program a number of times, especially with female artists, that aren't like 18, 19 or younger, because we've had those on here, you know, people that are starting out at like 16, and you know, there's an immense amount of pressure there that they're under, huge pressure. They're constantly online, they're constantly performing, they're constantly doing the, you know, pushing up their TikTok and whatever. But do you feel like some of that pressure has gone now at all from the industry, or is it still there? Because I sense that on the one hand, because of how people can get their music out there these days, it's partly gone, and I also feel like we're also, all of us are beginning to think, well, actually, I can still do it. Even it doesn't matter what age I am, I can still do it. I think that's a good thing. But I still feel like from the kind of industry, whatever's left of it, there is still this pressure of kind of like, yeah, but you kind of have to make it before certain age. And
yeah, I mean, I felt it a bit when I moved here, but like, 'cause I moved up, just turned 21 when I moved to Brighton, and I was like, oh no, God, I need to rush. And then I went to BIM, and you see all these like 19-year-old that they already done music since they were like 12, and it's like, what am I doing here? I'm still learning the language. But now I'm like you said, what's left of the industry as well, like nobody knows what's the I don't know, like the magic code or whatever, like the way that it works, because then maybe you got someone going viral and then the next year they don't care about it, like, and at the end of the day it's like, am I connecting to the listeners and the people that are, and I don't know, like, I feel like, well, maybe it's just me that I'm getting so sick of the like instant things like just thrown in your face all the time, and it's like you just need the stories and need the community, and like, I don't know, like, I feel like, and I talking to other friends of mine, I feel like everybody's going to that direction, like we just need something that has meaning. So yeah, I don't know, so that's why I'm like, I still got those fears. I'm like, damn it, I'm 30, but it's
that's really interesting, because that's kind of what I'm doing with social media for people in 2026, is that I'm actually trying to destroy the career that I've had for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
That sounds weird, right? But ultimately, so I come from a background of, like, you know, I've been producing social media content for people, I write for people, I produce video content for people, I do all of that. And I had this epiphany, Julia, I really did, towards the end of last year. I just thought, like, do you know what? The problem, we're creating the problem. And I believe it's the same with musicians. You're creating the problem, because what you're all doing is you're all putting stuff out all of the time. And the trouble is, for the consumer, right, is there's just too much in front of them there's too much in front of them, right? And people don't want to buy, right? And the more choice you give them, what people do is that you're just playing into the hands of the streaming platforms, because the more choice there is there, what people do is go, actually, I can't support all of that, although I love all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pay my monthly fee and stream that.
Yeah.
Right. Here's where I think we can make a difference. I think we can make a difference if we stop promoting ourselves. Here, just hear me out on this. And we start getting people to create pieces of content which just promote the community, just promote the overall, right? And just make it beautiful. Make this beautiful thing where people are just drawn back to the art, right? And we have to become very selfless in that. But I honestly, so I've started a community. I'm getting people to come into the community, and then what I'm doing is I'm asking people to pay me money now to go and create art for them, right? Which isn't sales tinged, but is just stuff that makes people aware, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if we get back to creating stuff that's, you know, really just about making people aware, or it's just about making people think more, or drawing emotion more, and whatever, and it's not got a sales agenda behind it, or like, this is my latest single, it's coming out tomorrow, right? Then actually we can really make people think again, and then we can draw them into experiences,
Yeah.
right?
Because
And
they want to be
it's-
part of something now, you know.
Yes.
It's just the-
Yeah.
So yeah. No, I feel like there's even this whole thing of like, oh, fucking AI and all of that, and like, just yeah, it looks scary, but I feel like it's gonna bring everybody together again. And maybe I'm too positive on this shit, but it's like I'm more like, I don't know. I feel people need the community. I mean, they need to feel like they belong to something, and it's you know, there's like all the stories behind a project, an artist. They want that now. I don't know.
But I
So
feel it has to be, and I feel I can talk to you about this because I feel it is kind of part of the narrative of the album. It has to be a collective story, not an individual story. And I say, the reason I say that is because I think we've become a little bit tired as well of the kind of pseudo authentic narrative, right, that marketers can create for somebody. In other words, if we create a story for you, everyone will buy into it, right? But when there's a collective story, when there's a community story, it's so much stronger.
yeah, and it lasts as well for years.
There will be some people listening to this that will completely and utterly get what we're talking about. There will be others that are scratching their heads going, what are you on about? If you're one of those, I'm sorry. If you're one of those that really gets it, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah,
We really would.
they probably play the ukulele.
They probably do. And I think they probably really enjoy your album as well. Yeah. And one of the things that struck me when I kind of read your notes on this album as well was just how much you kind of really appreciated everybody else that was involved in this album as well, because it, you know, it wasn't just you. There were lots of other people that gave their time and energy to this as well. Do you want to just name a couple of those?
Yeah, no, I mean, because I went to are you in Brighton? No, I can't remember.
No, I'm not in Brighton. I'm completely the opposite part of the world. I'm in Somerset.
Okay, I still need to cut to Somerset. But yeah, so there's so I came here for BIM, like to music university, and then some of my friends from uni, they put together a studio called South Lane Studios, and there's Meg Carney. She's incredible, and she put together this beautiful community then. And I was like, I've got 7 songs, I want to make an album. And then we found the producer there, Adrian Ban, and then I kind of just got all my friends to kind of help me. One that really helped me out, he's called Leo Aram Downs. I really hope you can get him on the show once, because
Well, tell him and then he'll come on.
Oh yeah, exactly. But like his creative mind that he has, it's unbelievable. And he helped me like arrange the songs at first, because I was like, I just got them on ukulele. I don't know. I usually perform always on my own. So I was like, I don't even know how they're gonna sound with the band. So yeah, we kind of had to spend the time in the studio to be like, okay, how do we want the drums? It was all like coming together in the studio, So yeah, and then we got like other friends. I got Shaz on keys, I got my friend Gabby on violin, Megan Tuck doing vocals. So like there's so many people that got involved. And then when we did the album launch, it was 9 of us on stage.
9.
It's crazy.
Wow,
crazy. The sound engineer did not like that. We got some live videos coming in the next few weeks. I
love your live videos, by the way. One of the things I was going to ask you about is that there's a live video that's on there, not too far down your Instagram stream. What is it with some people? They can see that you're filming it to put it on Instagram, and they walk straight in front of the camera to pick their pint up. You know exactly what I mean. Why is it? Why do they do that?
they were just too into the moment, I guess.
Yeah, they were just too into their point. They was like,
Exactly.
I'm going to pick my point up in the middle of that.
Yeah.
If folks, if you're at a gig which people are filming for the purposes of Instagram, etc., and you've left your point on a table,
Leave it there.
in front of what you can see as a camera or a phone filming it, just wait a minute or buy another pint and get that one later. No one's stealing it, and if they do, you've got it on camera.
Exactly.
Just saying, it's there. What's your dream with this? I mean, you said just now, I need to get to Somerset. Would you like to take your music a little bit further afield?
Yeah, no, I'd love it. I mean, I got a few friends around. I got lots of from the ukulele community. Got my friend Jake and Tim. They're in Sheffield, and there's we got Robin in Norfolk. So there's a few friends around it. I've got Germany as well, all over. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little, I guess, handmade tour or something. I need to figure out how to do it.
We've got some great venues you could do down here.
That's it. Amazing. I'd love to, because I've never been to Somerset.
Absolutely. I mean, and you'd go down so well as well. I mean, we've obviously got the very famous Sidmouth Folk Festival down here, which I think you should play at some point.
Amazing. Yeah.
Right? Just so people know, Julia's music isn't necessarily strict folk music, but Sidmouth Folk Festival is very definitely expanded its kind of range of music over the years, and
amazing.
And your kind of storytelling type music would completely come into its own down there. And then we got some lovely little venues. I was mentioning it to an artist the other day, and I think they might try and book it from they're based in America, but I think they're going to look at booking it, which is we've got down by the sea, down by us, and you need to go and look at this if you've never looked at it. We've got Lyme Regis with the Marine Theatre in Lyme Regis, which is right on the front.
Oh wow,
it's beautiful. You literally can hear the sea outside the window while you're
amazing. I'm gonna look it up. Absolutely.
And the rest of the day you can make sandcastles and try and find fossils, because it's on the Jurassic coast.
Sand there, like Brighton I love Brighton, but with the pebbles I'm like, damn.
We've actually got some sand
exactly
down there as well. If I could put you in a room with somebody else, because you mentioned that kind of creative kind of feedback sort of thing, and I think that's so important for musicians, by the way. I keep saying to musicians, if anybody out there needs somebody to help them with their creative stuff for like socials and whatever, I'm completely available by the hour. That is a little plug, but I think it's I think people need to think about that, because whilst the making of the music is a creative process, sometimes I feel like some of the other stuff that people do isn't that creative, right? And it should be as you should enjoy that as a creative process as much as making the music.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to work
with the creative process.
Yeah, so you should work with people that are creative to perhaps stimulate, because that's really important, and who perhaps got skills in different areas. But if I could put you in a room with anybody musically, who would you love to share a room with?
It's gonna be really cliche, but like Jason Mraz and Sarah Bareilles, like those two are like, and I saw Jason Mraz in London, and it's just it was just him with the guitar and just the storytelling, how he was entertaining the whole London Palladium. Like, it was mad. And also because I've got this, I don't know, I love musical theatre as well, and they both kind of done things in musical theatre, but not just
and stuff like that. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So like there's something that I feel like it would be the best jam with them. I don't know.
Cool. Would you like to write a musical at some point?
Well, I don't know, writing it. I would love to perform it. but yeah, no, it's I don't know. Yeah, writing it, I don't know. Like, I guess I get scared.
I don't know. I feel like you could have a little story there. You could have this young girl who's from a small Italian town where they make chocolate. Right, that's the starting point anyway.
But that's it. We'll start from there. No, it's a bit sad that in Italy, like, it's not. We got opera, we've got music in general, like, you know, but musical
Yeah.
theater, like the culture that you guys have here, I'm so jealous.
But if
It's
you think what Mamma Mia has done for Greece,
yeah,
right, you could do the same for that part of Italy.
exactly. Exactly.
Right? So you should like look into that, write it, and then go to the Italian tourist board for sponsorship.
Exactly. And then they'll be like, okay, we'll go on holiday where
Yeah.
Julia is from.
So we'll pay for you to film like this stuff over at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And your parents' chocolate and patisserie business or whatever gets seen in it, and then of course they become overnight sensation, and everybody in Italy flocks there, right? And your dad's like,
Dad would
what's
be like, fuck's sake, I wanted to
Yeah.
go retire.
what's going on?
Yes.
You know, but he could start his own line, and then, you know, and it could be in all the supermarkets and whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then he can buy a castle and retire, and you
Exactly.
you can sit on the top turret making music all day long. It's a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
It's a wonderful, wonderful life. There you go. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been beautiful fun.
Thank you, Granda. This is amazing. And I was gonna say, like, if anybody is, I mean, this, I don't know how far is Somerset from the Isle of Man, but I'll be playing there at the end of the month for my friends Bisky Brish. They're doing the album launch, so I'll be.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that. Just because I'm in Somerset, most of the listeners aren't.
Exactly. No,
yeah.
if there's someone at the Isle of Man,
I know now, as of towards the end of last year, that it's a fairly even footing between the UK in terms of listenership list and America.
There you go.
Right, it's a pretty big listenership in America, and then not that far behind. We've got places like Germany, etc., etc. But then we've also got Brazil.
Amazing.
Yeah. So if you're from Brazil and you're listening to this, and you'd like to see Julia play, it's a long trip, but start now.
Exactly. Start booking now.
Start your trip now, and you
Exactly.
might just get to see her in time.
Exactly.
That would be great. Imagine if someone turned up and went, I listened to that and I'm from Brazil.
No, the mad thing happened at my album launch. I had 3 people which now are my friends, but like, because I played in Dunleary for a ukulele festival in Dublin, and those 3 they were like, "Oh, you're doing an album launch in November? Cool, we'll come there." And it's like, what? Just nuts. It's crazy. But yeah, so who knows? Never know.
Love that about music. People do. They travel from
Honestly,
one part of the world to another to listen to that music live. It's a beautiful thing.
No, it's amazing. And like and then we'll wrap up. But yeah, like one thing of like putting this album together in like the past year and stuff, like the way that I view music, just bringing everybody together, you know, in my band and like just festivals and stuff. Crazy. Like this is so nice.
I should mention before we go, that's a miss of me. Sorry, I should re-peg myself. Hang on, I need to get it. For forgetting. Is that this album isn't just available on stream. You can actually buy this album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got a copy there?
I've got a vinyl as well.
Oh my word. Here we go. This is getting this is real, folks.
And CD. So if anybody is on where did I put it?
Oh.
I don't have my own album.
Here comes all the contraband from.
I'll show you.
Here we are. Look at that.
It looks stunning. And look, we've done it all.
My word. Someone's dropped paint on it, but it still looks lovely.
But shout out to Press on Vinyl. They're the best.
If you'd like a copy of a vinyl that someone's dropped paint on.
Exactly. It's all.
You can order it online. Julia will sign it for you.
Absolutely.
Give it a kiss and then send it on to you, and that will be marvelous. If you order 10 copies, she'll write you a little song,
exactly,
and put it in as well. Right. Well, she can't
Amazing.
guarantee it's her best song, but it will be a little
A
song.
song. Exactly.
Well, for 10 copies, it's worth it, isn't it? Really? I mean,
Exactly.
yeah. So let's make that happen, folks. Do go and support Julia. We'll make sure that when this goes out, Julia will comment and she'll put the links to her shopping and whatever, and you
Absolutely.
can buy everything she's got,
Amazing.
and then she'll have none left, and then she'll have to order more. That'd be
Exactly.
marvelous. Thanks, Julia. It's been a
Thank
pleasure meeting
you.
you. Thank you so much for coming on today. This has been the wonderful Julia Traser.
Yeah, I loved it, and I love this chat. Thank you so much.
And you can remember, everybody, where that name came from as well. The whole Pink Floyd, Sam Brown story, who she's
I'm
going to now
like,
go and look up.
I'm putting that in my bio now.
And yeah, you should do. And we will be back soon with more of these conversations, because they're a wonderful thing. And music makes the world go round. And if you've enjoyed this today, go and share it with somebody else, because that's the way that, you know, the music spreads. So from Julia and myself, thanks for watching another My Music. Until next
Thank
time,
you.
bye
Bye.
for now.